And this is a perfect demonstration that the mega deck, it works. What's up everyone? It's your boy Kyle Gray. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to be here to share with you how to create the mega deck. If you have never heard of me speak about the mega deck before, it is something I've been doing for quite a long time. I actually created mega decks. Now, I know I'm Scottish, and there's a good chance when you hear me say mega deck, it sounds like something else, but I'm saying mega card deck. So yes, I used to create mega decks years ago, and a mega deck for me is when you take either one oracle deck and some cards from another oracle deck and you mix them up together. And so when I was younger, I used to do this with my Angel Prayers Oracle and mix it into another oracle I created called Keepers of the Light, and it would create this thing called the mega deck. But over the years, some of my ideas and, insights with the angels and the ascended masters have shifted. And once I had created the Angel Guide Oracle and then the Divine Masters Oracle, I could feel that there was an opening for an Archangel Oracle. And when I was in conversation with the editorial team at Hay House, I didn't feel like creating another 44 Oracle card deck would be the right move. And then I was thinking, maybe I should create an expansion pack. And that was inspired by all the years of playing Pokemon and collecting cards and doing other geeky things of my life. If you have ever known anyone to be involved with Pokemon, you'll know that you can buy packs of cards to build up your set, but you can also buy these expansion packs, which are sets of cards that you use and put into your already existing collection to build it up. And I thought, maybe I could do that with the Archangels. How about I do a 22 card deck of all Archangels, which you could then take and either mix the 22 Archangels into the Angel Guide Oracle to create an Archangel and Guardian Angel Oracle, or take that same deck and mix it into the Divine Masters Oracle to create Divine Masters and Archangels collection. And that's exactly what I did. So the 22 Archangels Oracle is a standalone 22 card deck that you can use to receive really potent, insightful messages from the Archangel realm. But you can also use this deck with the two other Oracle decks that I've created, either the Angel Guide Oracle or the Divine Masters Oracle, to expand upon your messages and expand upon your readings. And of course, you could mix all three together, but you will probably have to be able to have pretty sizable biceps to be able to shuffle a deck that big. So yes, this is how you create a mega deck. You either take the 22 Archangels and mix them into the Angel Guide Oracle, or mix them into the Divine Masters Oracle, and you just mix it in. Now, I know that there's a part of you that's maybe wondering, but what about the different card backs? What about them? Why should that make a difference? I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable with it at first if you've never done it before. Hold on, let's see if we can get that. Yes, we can get it through. So I'm just mixing the 22 Archangels into the Angel Guide Oracle. Now, just so you know, the Angel Guide Oracle is my favorite deck. I've created, I think, 11 oracles at this point. Angel Guide Oracle is my favorite. I love it. It's my go-to all the time. And even though some of the cards were inspired by Archangels, it did have that missing element for me. So now that I have this deck that has Archangels through it, it's just going to amp it up. Now, you just mix in the deck and you'll have a mixed bag a bit like this. Now, I know that if you do readings, that might sway you because let's be honest, if you're getting a reading and you know that only some of those cards are archangels, there's a part of you that might just want a full Archangel Oracle reading. And let's be honest, if you spread them out and you see, okay, I know if I pick any of those blues, I'm gonna pick an Archangel, kind of thinking like, major arcana from the tarot. These are the trump cards. These are like the main players. And there might be a part of you that wants to pick all of them. But really, if you connect on an energetic level, you'll find that the archangels just amplify the rest of the messages. And when you're picking the cards, you don't have to keep your eyes open. That is another thing. If that is swaying you, if you're feeling a little bit, oh, I don't know which one to pick, then close your eyes when you're picking. But I have found it to be really powerful, just having the angels and the archangels all in one oracle. And if I was doing angel readings more often, this would be my working pack for sure. Because for me, Angel Guide Oracle really is a great card deck for doing a general reading. This is no shade to Divine Masters Oracle, which I love. I love this. And so I would actually probably use all three of these decks when I'm doing a reading. This in particular is a really powerful oracle when it comes to reading someone who is of spiritual nature, who maybe has a spiritual practice, is doing spiritual work. They're going to get really powerful, insightful messages from the Divine Masters Oracle. But if I was just reading someone who's maybe just beginning their spiritual path or wanted general guidance in their life, the Angel Guide Oracle is going to support that reading, and the Archangels is going to help us just bring a little bit more mission-based insight into the reading to give them an insightful message. So here's how it looks when you mix it with the Angel Guide Oracle. And I'm going to do a 3-card reading. I'm going to close my eyes. Hopefully I pick, some from each deck, and we'll give you a message today. So thank you, angels, for revealing to us what we need to know. We are willing to listen. I'm going to pick a card. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Go. One blue, one there. So Archangel Jophiel. Now, when you have the cards all out together, and you'll see all of the decks, they all do work together. And the reason for that is because they were all created by the same artist. Now, that is why these 3 can allow the mega deck to work together. You're going to have the same style of artwork in all of the readings. So, when I'm doing a 3-card reading, the old school way would be past, present, future. But the Kyle Gray new school way would be strength, heart, challenge. So your strength card is always what you've already honed in, what you've already focused, what you've already healed. And this card says, trust the unfolding. There is no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. Now, Archangel Jophiel's name is the beauty of God. And if this is our strength card, the first message that's coming through is that you as a person have this capacity to see the beauty in all of life. And even though you've not been able to understand absolutely everything that has happened in your life, there is a greater part of you that is trusting that what is unfolding is for and towards your greatest good. Now, with this card coming through today as your strength, the angels are inviting you to lean into that just a little bit more. You might be finding yourself trying to figure out where I go from here. What's going to happen after that? What is the outcome of this situation? But sometimes what we're going through and the inner workings is not always our information to know. In fact, if the universe was to tell you absolutely everything that was going to happen in the coming days, weeks, months, and years of your life, there would be a part of you that would be scared. There would be a part of you that would feel overwhelmed and really trying to figure out how that's all going to happen. So the message that's coming to you today is that you've trusted this far. Don't stop now. Continue in that deeper trust of the unfolding. Know that whatever direction you go is never wrong. It's always going to lead you to the same outcome anyway. You're always going to get to where you need to be. So if you are in a place of indecision right now, ask yourself what is going to bring you to a place of more joy, more love, more connection, and what's going to take you further away. And that should allow you to know which direction to move in next. Now, all of these cards are kind of in theme. The next message is doing the work. And this is the heart card right now. And so what that says is that your heart is inviting you and encouraging you to do the work. So there's a good chance that right now there's something in your life that needs your action, that needs your attention, that needs your focus. And in order for you to really get somewhere, you need to bring it into the forefront of your focus. So the angels are inviting you to do the work. Stop putting off what you know needs your attention, because ultimately you're only holding yourself back from that sense of knowing where you belong, knowing where you're supposed to be, knowing what you're supposed to do. Sometimes the biggest challenge is just getting started with what we know needs our attention. So the message that's coming to you from your angels today is to do the work, roll up the sleeves and get stuck in. That's really what I want to say. Now, the challenge card is in a similar connection to what we've discussed so far, is sacred plan. Your challenge is you need to know everything that's happening and where it's going, right? So there's a part of you that's been in trust to this point, but there's still this little voice in the back of your heart and mind, like, but what does this mean? Where is this going? Where is this going to lead me? And the message, the challenge of the sacred plan is trying to control the universe. And I want to say this to you, that if you're praying for something, if you're manifesting something, if you're calling something in, ask yourself, are you being too specific? Does it need to look a certain way for you to believe that it's unfolding? Because if what is unfolding in your life is not how it looked in your mind, it doesn't mean it's not happening. I think that's often where we become our own worst enemy. When we want something to go a specific way, we often think it needs to look this specific way. But the message here today is that your path is unfolding anyway. And you need to stop being so worried about making the right decision. Making mistakes, making choices that might feel like the wrong decision are going to clarify what is bringing you closer to your sense of joy and what is taking you further away. By just showing up and doing the work anyway, the plan will then unfold. So you are in this place right now where you are delaying your life, delaying your pathway, delaying your purpose, because you're getting too deep in the workings, when it's really not your job to police the universe. It's your role to show up. It's your role to do the work. It's your role to trust the unfolding. And when you do so, the sacred plan will unfold for you and through you. This is a message today that even though you are of spiritual heart and spiritual mind, there's still a part of you that's trying to do everything on your own. And that even means you're trying to kind of guide the universe in its own sacredness. And the message here today is to trust that bigger picture. Now we're going to call on the Divine Masters for a clarifying message. It says, the Divine Director, trust the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. You couldn't even make this stuff up. You could not make it up. I feel like that is so in sync. And this is a perfect demonstration that the mega deck, it works. So if you have these Oracle decks, I encourage you to get them and to work them together and to see if you get a really insightful message. You'll probably find the cards all communicate together, and it's because they've all been created to work together. That was always the vision. And they've all been done by the same artist, and they all have the same essence inside of them. And so this has been a demonstration on creating a mega deck with the 22 Archangels, the Angel Guide Oracle, and a clarifying card message from the Divine Masters to give you a really powerful strength, heart, challenge reading. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below if the message spoke to you. Thank you.